PubClub.com live from the Visitors Bureau in Knoxville, Tennessee, because you know what? Knox rocks. This is my hometown, Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm here with Kim Bumpas, the president of the Visit Knoxville tourist organization, and Kristen is here too. I email her all the time, back and forth. She actually hooked me up with a nice live show we did. Remember the virtual happy hour we did on the craft cruise in Knoxville?
That's right.
Which we'll touch on that. But Kim, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we will, first of all, let me go over real quick. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. A little bit of history about Knoxville, Tennessee, or the location is in East Tennessee, very close to the Smoky Mountains, the Smoky Mountains National Park, which is awesome. Very close to the tourist towns of Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, and also very close to Sevierville, which is Dolly Parton's hometown. A lot of people don't know this. There is a statue to Dolly Parton out from the Sevier County Courthouse. So many, many things to see here and do in Knoxville. But I'm no expert at it. Kim is. So Kim, tell us about Knoxville and what's going on.
You know, it's an exciting time for us. You know, we're really have a ton of events in 2022, and we're closing out 2021 right now with all our Christmas festivities. And really, if you come to town next year, there's going to be more than you know what to do with. We've moved over 150 events into 2022, and that's on top of all of our local festivals.
150. Now, Sonia was telling me that you have a lot of live music downtown and stuff, because we are downtown Knoxville, right here on Gay Street, the main area. You call it, what do you call it? The
Market Square.
Market Square right behind us. So tell us what's kind of on an annual basis, what goes on there.
You know, we are going to have a lot of music events, and we have a lot of events on Market Square, and even right here on the stage right behind us, we have a partnership with WDVX and live music here in the Visitor Center.
Really?
Most every day.
What?
And yes, it's very exciting. And then we have the Big Ears Festival. We have Dawnwood Arts coming up. It's going to get crazy.
Now, as I recall from a kid, and I had to march in it when I was in the high school band, West High School, by the way. The Dawnwood Arts Festival is the biggest event, at least it was, in April, right? The biggest event in Knoxville of the year, or at least it was then.
Well, we have a lot of events now. Lots of things have changed, but Dawnwood is really our local event that we have in April, and it's still amazing. We have Chalk Walk. We have actually the Home and Garden Show that kicks off in February that really starts to tease April. So it's gonna be a great thing, and they're kicking off a new music festival this year. So Southern Skies will be in May, which is a little bit outside of their normal scope. So we're happy to see that happening, and their lineup looks fabulous. And you can learn about everything on visitknoxville.com, because I know I'm going fast.
And soon to be on PubClub.com. Well, real quick, talk about that music festival. Who's the headliner? Where is it? What's the scoop?
Of course, you're going to put me on the spot right there. They literally just announced their lineup. So
Kenny Chesney, who's from Knoxville, Tennessee.
I did not say that.
Kenny
That
Chesney?
does not happen.
Kenny Chesney is from Knoxville, Tennessee, by the way, for those who don't know. And his dad taught my sister at West High School.
But he is not opening for Southern Skies. I just need to go on record with that right here, right now.
Hey, we've got Mike's favorite Blues Traveler is going to be there. So
Blues
we're really
Traveler,
excited about
okay.
that.
Yes.
And you mentioned West High School. Did you know that the Everly Brothers went there in the 50s? The Everly Brothers?
My sister's doing, yes, she knows.
Yes, that's huge. I mean,
And we have our pocket park for the Everly Brothers right here in Knoxville right now. That's right.
Well, I'll be darned. I didn't know that. See, but one thing I do know is the 40th anniversary of the World's Fair, and I was a young pup when that was going on. And I remember I brought some friends of mine from the University of Alabama. Oops,
Okay.
sorry.
Now you crossed the line.
I crossed the line. Anyway, we came up, and we loved the German beer hall.
Yeah.
And they looked up, and they had these picnic tables, and they looked up, your mom is on the table. Dancing. I'm like, oh good, that's where they are. She's like, no, your mom is on the table doing the chicken dance. My mom was on the table doing it. The World's Fair was a blast, so tell us what's going on at the World's Fair 40th anniversary.
It is the 40th anniversary, and we are going to celebrate and commemorate everything about the World's Fair while not recreating the 1982 World's Fair. We are going to have a big kickoff event in May. It'll be May 20th and 21st, so you should mark your calendars and plan to come to Knoxville. And then we're really going to celebrate all the way from May to October, just like the 1982 World's Fair, and we'll have a big closing event in October. And as these events unfold, you can learn about them on the website, but we're very excited about about it. And that day in May, 21st, that Saturday, we're going to have everything from a gondola Ferris wheel to technology to international performances. It's going to be a real feat to see.
Are you going to have a picnic table with a chicken dance?
Well, I'm hoping we actually had booked you, but didn't tell you you are the chicken dance queen. I'm so excited.
We have to get my mom too.
We're ready. Everybody's chicken dance.
Well, I also know from Kristen here that Knoxville, and actually my sister picked this up, as we were having a craft beer in Knoxville, which is quite tasty in downtown brewery, the Knoxville, what do you have, like 20?
That's the ale trail.
You have 27 breweries or something like crazy that in Knoxville?
Yeah, we've got over 2 dozen breweries here in the area. Really anything you could want. So all your pub club enthusiasts, they are really going to love a visit to Knoxville. Everything from sour beers, IPAs. We can argue about West Coast, East Coast. I think you're going to say West Coast, but you know.
Well, I live in San Diego now, which is craft. I don't know how they probably have. They have more craft breweries in the Gaslamp where I live than all of Knoxville. It seems, but they're all over the place. But they're really expensive. So a craft beer in San Diego might cost you like $14.
So what you're saying is people need to come here.
Yes, you basically need to taste them in Knox.
Well, we had 2 lunches and a craft beer for like $27. So I don't know what the craft beer itself cost, but it wasn't $15. So yes, you can drink good beer for cheap here.
Yes.
But tell us just real quick, as you go over the Knoxville Ale Trail and what it is. And I'm always concerned about the proximity, but you also have a vehicle or a party bus or something.
Yes, we do. We do have a tour that people can get on and go take bus to all the different breweries and take samples. But what I like about the Ale Trail, and I'll definitely toss it to Combs here too, is that you can ride your bike to 90% of it. And what we find from visitors is, you know, beer and bikes, they go together. So it's fun to get on your bike. Yeah, to a point. But we're not drinking like he is. So I'm just saying responsible drinking and bicycle riding. So all of ours cater to that with outdoor patios and just a really unique feeling that's very special to Knoxville. And as far as the argument over west to east, I'm going to let these two take that. But
hey, drink what you like. And
yes.
beer.
Hey, there we go.
Keep an open mind.
I love it.
Because I hate beer snobs, I hate wine snobs, I hate snobs.
Yes.
You're the right spot.
Exactly. We're like talk about it.
And that craft beer, I had a blonde ale, was really, really good. I can still taste it. It was really, really good.
I cannot taste it because I did not get to have it. But I do like the blonde ale myself.
But tell us, I know that Women's Basketball Hall of Fame is here and other stuff. What other attractions are in Knoxville?
You know, we have so many, and that's what makes Knoxville really unique, is we have a little bit of something for everybody. From our historic homes to the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, which they have an induction next year, which will be very exciting because we missed a lot of events last year, so they're all coming back tenfold. And, you know, I think if you combo that with just the outdoor adventure you can have here, and the fact that as a visitor, you can drive into Knoxville, get into your hotel, and then never get back into your car and experience almost everything that we're talking about. And it's really special. You can ride from your hotel to the waterfront, get a stand-up paddleboard, go down to Iams, get a mountain bike, do your thing, get a little bit of a lunch from a food truck or one of our breweries, and then come on back to your room, refresh, get ready for downtown at night.
Did you hear that little Southern twang thing?
Yes. I know. When
Not
I go
bad.
up north, it's kind of a thing.
Not too bad though. So if you were to come visit Knoxville, and of course I'd recommend it, and you would recommend staying downtown? Because when I was in high school here, there was one hotel, the Hyatt, and there wasn't anything downtown. So I'm just like, well, there's a new hotel here. Look at that. So would you recommend staying downtown?
I think I would recommend, we have something for everyone, right? So you could stay wherever you want. If you want to come and park and experience 90% of what we're talking about, then yes, stay downtown. But we also have great hotels in the perimeter where you can park out there and drive into downtown for the day. So it all kind of works. But I used to work at that old Hyatt that's no longer here, and I loved it. And it's really amazing to me watching Knoxville grow up and now seeing hotels on Gay Street, like the Hyatt Place and the Embassy, and we have the Tennessean, and we're getting ready to have a brand new full-service Marriott right next to the convention
Wow.
center. Very exciting things.
You mentioned the Tennessee, and I don't know what it is now, but it used to be every town had a classic movie theater, and that was kind of the central gathering point, for a lot of people to come to movies. Is it still a movie theater?
Well, we have the Tennessee Theater, which is the state theater right here on Gay Street, and we do special programming with
Knoxville
movies.
landmark, by the way.
Yes, very much so, just like the Bijou Theater as well. But we also have a Regal Theater downtown on Gay Street as well, so it kind of caters to the new and the old, and then lots of good concerts in the theaters as well.
Concerts, like
Yes.
like what kind of concerts?
Like any kind of concerts.
Any kind.
I cannot tease the names that are coming in 2022 until they're announced, but you can see all kinds of performances from Dolly Parton to then some.
Really? A lot of bluegrass?
Yes.
Knoxville,
there is.
Knoxville, East Tennessee music is a lot of bluegrass, which I love. I love the fiddle. The Charlie Daniels band. I mean, that's Tennessee through and through.
It really is.
The good old bluegrass music. My dad took me to a place one time recently off of I-40 and I-75. He just pulls into a little small town into like a community center, and each room had different music in it. It was like $5. It was $2 to get in. And I mean, there was like a 14-year-old kid on the fiddle going crazy. So there's all
Yes.
kinds of great music in Knoxville. Some people call it hillbilly music, but that's a little, it sounds a little.
Yeah, it's really
we don't like
not
that. We don't like
That's
the term
not the
hillbilly.
right terminology. We'll go with bluegrass or Americana, and you can see a lot of that right here on this stage, because a lot of times, let's just say Ricky Skaggs, when he was here years ago, he might sneak in here and play a noon show before he's going to perform at one of the bigger theaters. So this is kind of a hidden secret right here in the visitor center, so you should check it out.
You should come here. It's 301 Market Street. It's on the corner of Market and Summit Hill Drive.
It's actually 301 Gay Street on the corner of Summit and Gay.
Summit and Gay, okay.
Yes.
And that's kind of that gateway to the downtown area too. So you just walk. It's easy walking. It's like 5 minutes walking around.
Oh, 100%. And you can find all kinds of gifts here from all of our local makers, which is also very exciting when you come to Knoxville. It's kind of a one-stop shop. And sometimes, when Motor Coach and those type of events start coming back, this is their first experience of Knoxville, Tennessee. So we want it to be the best so we can get a repeat visit.
We can't talk about Knoxville without two things. One coming up, and that's a hint right there. That shirt.
I know.
That shirt that's coming up.
We're going.
But first, let's talk about the Great Smoky Mountains, which from downtown here is, 45 minutes tops, or at least Pigeon Forge, 30, 40 or something, which has all sorts, kind of the Branson of the East Coast, but it has all sorts of those activities and tourist stuff, and a lot of the outlet malls still. And then you go to Gatlinburg, which a lot of people think it's tacky and touristy, but I don't think it's really cool.
It's very neat.
You can go snow skiing there, and then
You can do all kinds of stuff. And something that we've done here for people that are visiting Knoxville is we've launched a shuttle. So those folks that want to be able to get up to that area for the day, we'll take you up there and drop you off, and then come back and get you, and then you can come for a nice dinner and back to your hotel in Knoxville. So it's a great partnership. We love Dollywood. That's a regional
Dollywood is
attraction.
there, right?
Yes, it's amazing, and lots of good shows and stuff up there that you might not see here, but it's a totally different feeling. So we like to give you the best of both worlds.
it's really cool up there too, and you get that kind of mountain feel. And also, one of the favorite things our family would do whenever people come visit us, we take them up to Cades Cove, which is this little stream running through the Great Smokies, and have a picnic there. And then we'd love to go either driving around. I personally love to take the bike ride along the Cades Cove Trail, which is just beautiful, and there are deer and everything. And one time, my sister was putting food away in the trash can, and all of a sudden she comes running. I didn't know she could run that fast. A bear had come up and had basically taken it out of her hand.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know she could move that fast. But,
Yeah, well, you got to get away from those bears, and those are that you can see a lot of bears up there, which is pretty unique and fun for a visitor. But to keep your distance. Don't hand them the food out of your hand.
No, do not feed the bears. And we're going to wrap up now with one of the greatest tourist attractions in Knoxville. And what's interesting is beforehand, how you redirected your career because your parents took you to a University of Tennessee football game.
Yes, exactly. That was many, many years ago. I know I hide it well. But yeah, I came up to go to UT. I fell in love with the campus. I went to college there, and I never left Knoxville. So I've been able to watch Knoxville grow up over the last 25 years, and it's been an amazing experience. There's no other destination like this one in the world, and I live that, and I know that because I did work for Hyatt back in the day and traveled all over the country, and nothing felt like home like Knoxville, Tennessee.
Well, can you describe Knoxville on a game day weekend, game day Saturday in particular?
Well, here of late, it's been awesome because, you know, we have a new coach and a lot of new excitement around the team, and the team did really, really good with kind of what we were looking at working with. So it's an energy that if you've never experienced it, you don't know what you're missing, but it's electric on a game day weekend, with people coming out and getting ready for the game. And that's not just Knoxvillians, it's not just UT fans, it's the other fans as well. So all schools are welcome. We love game day, and it's a part of our tradition here in Knoxville.
Neyland Stadium holds over 100,000 people, and on game day, you have to go at least 3 hours early, at least 4, because Tennessee has the best pregame activities of any college football team,
100%.
College football program in the nation. And having been to quite a few, I can tell you, and not even gone to this university, gone to their big rival, which I slipped out earlier by accident.
Oh, no.
I know. But they're playing here in October, the third Saturday of October every year. But anyway, the game day tradition starts down by Calhoun's on the river and go down to the Volunteer Navy, which are these houseboats and boats pull in to a dock, and they tailgate before the games. And anyone can go up and join. Knoxvillians are very friendly. UT fans are very friendly, as long as you're not wearing an Alabama shirt.
Exactly.
And even sometimes then, I mean, we won 15 in a row. Crying out loud. They're like, you know,
Are we really dropping that on this?
Yes. Well,
Let's not rub it in.
I have to.
Because next year's not going to be on here, but I get it.
See,
So
loyal Vols fans. Go Vols. That's the hashtag. And by the way, it's knoxrocks is the Knoxville hashtag too. But go down there and take part of the Volunteer Navy before the game. Just walk around. They're super, super friendly. And there's actually, you can walk over to the stadium. It's one of the 3 college stadiums in the country that's actually on the water.
yes.
Baylor and Washington. UW were the other 2. And then there's a tunnel if you can go under the Neyland Drive to get to the stadium. And you want to go to, what is it, Lot G? Is that it, with the big tailgate party ahead of time?
Yes.
Lot G, which is literally right next to the stadium. It's all small. It's easy to walk around. And you want to be there for when the University of Tennessee band walks out of the music hall, walks through campus, and they eventually go into the stadium. They stop at the Hill. The Hill is the original part on campus. Ayers Hill, the original building on campus. And the UT band comes through. There's a big UT painted at the intersection on the street. See, I know this stuff.
You're doing good. I'm like,
I've been-
are you sure you went to Alabama?
I'm getting chills. Well, you know what? You know, I still have the Rocky Top in me.
I love
What
it.
can I say?
You can't get it out.
So the band, and my friends were in the band. I was in the Alabama Million Dollar Band, so I have a special affection for the band. So the band comes in, stops right there, and they turn and they play all that Tennessee music. They call it the Salute to the Hill. And the majorettes singing that. I've got a great video on the PubClub YouTube page about this. And the majorettes are throwing the batons up, literally for about 10 minutes. They stand there and they play. And then they turn and they walk directly into the stadium. And they march in the stadium, and when the football team comes out of the tunnel, they actually before that they form a T.
It's a power
Right?
T.
And then they called split the T, and the team runs out.
Yes.
And I tell you, it's one of the greatest pregame college football traditions.
And with new technology this year, we light the whole stadium
really?
orange and bring the lights down so that the T, the power T, when they run through it, is all white, and it's really cool looking. Yes.
That is way cool. And if we're worried about sneaking booze in, from what I know, if you go into UT, if you go into, I know you're not supposed to, but I'll tell you this, because it's PubClub. So the mantra is that Paul said, if you walk in without any Jack Daniels, someone will give you something.
Possibly too next year.
Anyway, I know, but anyway, that's the fun part. So you have to come here to Knoxville for university. The whole point is you have to come here for Knoxville for University of Tennessee fan. If you're a fan of all of college games, atmosphere, football games, or
This is the place to be.
or just really wanting to capture the essence of a city and how everyone rallies around a particular team or event. And now, I promised her
This is not
we're going to conclude the interview with a trivia question about the University of Tennessee. My sister probably may not know the answer to this. Maybe you know.
I feel that I do not know, and I haven't even heard the question.
So you're scared to death of this question.
I am.
Okay, why are the team colors of Tennessee orange and white?
Oh, yeah, I knew we were going to do this.
Oh, she knows. My sister knows.
With the flowers on the hill, doesn't it?
Bingo!
Hey! Yes. They're poppies or something.
Very good. Well, this
Thank you, Kristen. Go Vols!
are you from Knoxville? Where's from?
No, I'm from the Detroit area.
Oh, my
Oh.
Reads a lot.
Is that how you know that?
I'm a fan of trivia, and I'm generally nosy.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
It's a true statement. I'm just so rich in the experience that I skipped the trivia part. But now I know the flowers on the hill. I got it. I'll never forget.
Are you surprised that I knew?
A little, but you knew more about the college game day experience than I did in such a descriptive way, which I think is awesome. So
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Well, here we are. We're rocking in Knoxville. Knox rocks. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Kim, very much. And I highly recommend coming here to Knoxville, Tennessee. Come to the Visits Bureau and visiting Knoxville. And any final says?
Just go to visitknoxville.com in addition to this website,
PubClub.com.
PubClub.com. And that's where you can get all the good information on planning your trip to visit Knoxville.
Bingo. Thank you very much. And we'll see you later.